Welcome everyone to set up your Google Pixel Fold. Let's start by waking up the phone, and you see the region here. If the region is incorrect, tap on it, and I'm just going to scroll down here. So I'm English UK, so I'm going to select the English and then the United Kingdom. If you have accessibility needs, then tap on the accessibility and there are some features available for you. So I'm going to select the get started once everything looks good. It's now going to ask to insert your SIM cards. You don't have to do this now. I'm personally not going to do it now. But if you just want to verify that your Pixel Fold will activate, there's no SIM lock issue, and everything's going to work, then I'd recommend you insert the SIM card before we proceed. And if you have an eSIM, you have the option to download an eSIM and select that option there. In my case, I'm going to select the skip option. And so it's going to ask to connect to the Wi-Fi network. This is optional if you inserted your SIM card. I'd recommend you connect to the Wi-Fi. It will just make things faster. You won't have to use your mobile data. So I'm going to do this one now. And once you are connected to the network, the Google Pixel Fold is now going to get your device ready. So it's just going to check, is there SIM lock? Is there Google lock? So let's give this a little bit. And once the activation is done, it's going to say here, copy apps and data. So if you have an old phone, an iPhone, old Google, old Samsung, you'd select the next, you'd connect the phones together and it let you do the data transfer. I'm personally going to select don't copy, but it's highly recommended you transfer the data so you essentially are leaving as where you left off. It is now going to load the Google login screen. So I'm just going to wait for this one. So in here, if you have a Google account, you should enter this one in because with your Google account, you can get apps from the Google Play. So you can get apps and a lot of features you want the Google account for. If you don't have an account, you see the create account option. Select this one and just follow the on-screen instructions. Once we are signed in, if you want to, have your device backed up to the cloud automatically, you can turn this one on. Because you don't have unlimited storage for the backup, I personally turn this one off. Use location if you want stuff like Google Maps to work, etc. You want to have this one on because if this one is off, no apps can use your location, and you can customize which apps are using and not using in the settings. And now scanning. This is a you want to turn this one off because it allows Google to access your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth even when they're off, and that uses a lot of battery, and they can track you 24/7 without a network, which is impressive, but not in a good way. Send data. It's up to you if you want to help the Google Pixel Fold become better. I'm going to turn this one off because it drains the battery. And once we've done this, I'm going to select the accept option. And this is the limited warranty screen, so it just tells you about your warranty. So I'm going to tap on next. Now the screen lock, I'm going to add a screen lock, so I'm just going to enter in a PIN. You have the screen lock options for if you want to use a pattern or password. So I'm going to verify this one here. Now it's going to say set up fingerprint unlock. So we're going to scroll down and I'm going to agree. So this power button here is a fingerprint sensor. So just rest your thumb on it and just spam your thumb on the fingerprint sensor. But you see what I'm doing? I'm slightly moving my thumb every time. So make sure you do that. It gives you a guide of where to press your thumb down on. But I'm typically like by just moving my thumb around. You can usually just get the scan done like that. Once the fingerprint is added, you have the option to add another, or we can just tap on the next here. So I tapped past that screen. It said continue setup. So I'm going to go back. And so this is going to set up the Google Assistant, Google Play, and some other stuff. I'm going to tap on continue there, but you don't have to. So it's saying talk to Google hands-free. Now, the Google Assistant, you may really enjoy this feature. I know many people use this all the day. But me personally, I've never used a voice assistant before. I just find it easier to just open up the apps and like in public, Google. So I'm personally going to scroll down and I'm going to skip the Google Assistant hand-free. And I'm going to skip the Assistant again. And let's wait for this one here. We have the Google Pay. So this is, let's say you go to a store. Instead of getting your card out, you can just get your phone out and pay. You can set this one up. I'm personally going to set this one up here. So if you've ever used the Google Pay before or Google services, then it may save your cards like as here. So I'm going to select my card and it's asking for the information. So I'm going to provide this one without, sharing it. Once the information looks good, let's tap continue. And I'm just going to enter in my number. And now it may ask for verification from the bank. So we need to agree to the terms and conditions, like this. And now it seems like it's going to load verification. So if you have a banking app, you tap on add card. Some cases you can just call the bank. So I'm just going to do that one there. Now I'm going to tap on the verify here. And now the verification is done. You can set up all this stuff here by tapping on it, setting it up. But me personally, I'm not going to set this stuff up. So I'm going to select no thanks. Get tips and tricks in your inbox is a pseudonym for spam mail. So I'm going to select the no thanks. And now the device is going to get ready. This is now going to show you the swipe gestures. I'll show you them myself. So I'm going to skip and let's swipe to go home. So if you open up an app here, so I'm going to do the Google Chrome. In fact, it's going to give us a tutorial which is forced on us. So if you want to go home, just flick up your finger like this. And once you've done the flicking motion, release from the screen. So there we go. Flick up and release. If you want to multitask, flick up slightly like this. And then you can see the apps here. And you can quickly switch between the app by just tapping on it. You can also swipe across like this sideways to switch. And if you drag and drop the app, try that again, I'm going to drag and drop the app, it will do the split screen like this. I think it glitched out, but that's how you do it. And if we want to go to the multitasking, you swipe up and you hold, swipe up, hold, then release, and you're in the multitasking. To do this faster, you can release your finger when you feel a vibration. So you can see, there we go. And I think the phone glitch. To go back, you swipe from the right hand side to the left. So it's not working there. Let me open up an app like the settings. So I'll go to a submenu here. You just swipe back like that. You saw that one there. Went back. And you can do from the left as well. Just swipe across. When you see this arrow, release, boom, and you'll go back. With that being said, if you'd like to help support the channel, please do check the description. Bye-bye.